What's up, guys? This is D1B Universe, and after wrestling a bear, I am ready to continue on with the Star Wars Forces of Evil episodes. Now, since I've now gotten started continuing on with my original story, I guess it's good for me to promote it. I don't know if how promoting works, or if it actually does work, since I never feel confident whenever I do it. But if you head off and link in the description below, go to my DeviantArt. I'm now continuing something that I did. I took an 8-month break on, and I'm actually enjoying myself again, which takes a while to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna start mentioning that in the beginning of these episodes, just so I can, get the word out there, because sooner or later that's gonna be my livelihood, hopefully. So link in the description below, also for Google Drive, and we're reaching the conclusion, well, current conclusion of me finally being caught up with this series. While every other reactor in the universe, Luffy is cool, Flame Shark, everyone has already gotten that far. So whatever. So what if I'm slow? It's not about how fast you get the race done. It's about how efficiently you and whatever. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Well, this episode, these current two episodes, all right. First one, I need to talk about when it comes to Rosary. Now, from Luffy is cool. I don't know your reaction schedule, and if you're watching this, which I'm not entirely sure if you are, but whatever. In the past, Luffy is cool told me about Rosary and what he does with Star and how he teaches differences. And in this episode, it pretty much just said that exact same thing, only in the words of the characters. Rosary is like Star's mom is like, you are always so direct with me because I would suspect you to be direct because you're not like Star. Star is her own person, and so I need to come up with my own ways of teaching that will help benefit her. Right, and I understand that. And actually, it's this episode that makes me understand that at first I like Brosserick in the way of respect for his teachings and respect for himself, but it's this episode that makes me actually like him as a character, period. Not just like one side of the coin is the other side of the coin. It's like fully. I like him. He and all the stuff that he's done, from what he can do and what he does, it's great. He's a great character, and I'm now 100% spent on him because of how he works. He's like throughout the entire episode, he's like, I need to leave because I know how Star works. I know how Star acts. You're not letting me do the thing that I'm supposed to do, aka teach. So yeah, him being ripped away from this stuff, even with all the magic corruption stuff going awry, they could have easily have just called him on the mirror phone there or something like that, instead of wasting his time. Because I like that attitude he had. And the entirety of this thing, he just was so frustrated, not because he was being like called to something, he was being ripped away from his work, something that he's apparently enjoying to do when it comes to Star. Now, as for the whole Marco turning into evil psychopath thing, and Star not turning into an evil psychopath, Star not turning into an evil psychopath, I kind of saw that coming when it comes to like the explanation of like the evil darkness witch version of herself that even he was kind of nervous about at first, it seemed, and was kind of relieved that nothing bad happened from it. But I can see Star looking at something completely evil and sadistic and just say, it's not my thing, because it's not her thing. She comes up with the most craziest of like magic spells and abilities that just scream, I'm not trying to be evil, I'm just trying to. It's like Batman and his contingency plans for the Justice League in that one in the Justice League in general. It's like his contingency plans are meant to immobilize, not kill. So most of the time, if not all the time, that you see Star battling evil, she usually goes the pacifist route of immobilize and not killing. While I think Ludo's magic would go for more of the killing route because he's evil, obviously. So with that being said, I always saw Star as the good-natured girl that she clearly is. As for like the history and backgrounds with all the other characters that we get to see, especially with the guy with the snake hands, yeah, that was fun as much as it is, and also showed off how powerful Barosaric is on his own. He is not no pushover. If he wants to take down a dude, he can take him out himself, because he was doing all that casually. He was like, okay, I'm taking you down, I'm subduing you, I'm ready for anyone else to come at me if they want to, and just all that sort of things. Good. So and after that episode, just love the character interaction. Even Star's mother had to learn something when it comes to both Rosaric and her daughter, and great development within that. Now you finally got to the moment where Marco, it's something I said in one of my reactions, is that Marco is gonna get out of that little bubble of his and just do it, and he did it, and he did it in the best way possible. And I admire many of the things in this episode Mostly because it's like, oh, Marco ran into a jock. Most jocks in most other shows are just these punk bullies with no personality other than I'm gonna be mean when I feel like it because I'm bigger and stronger than you because I'm a jock. And so, this one's like, oh, dude, it's just a material possession. I'm like, it's the most cliche way you could do it, but like, I love it. I love it. It's better than just making him a bad dude and actually showing how Marco's Naysayer worked. At first, it was like, okay, he got nervous and he said something dumb. Now it starts to build up to the point where you can't control it, kind of like that one episode where Kim Possible got hit with the truth beam, and she could not control everything that she was saying, and every 5 seconds she had to blurt out something. That sort of thing. So like I loved how that progressed. And Jackie at first would seem like a pretty girl with a lot of like angst and stuff like that. In the first glance, like even in her first introductory, we could already see that she was a well mannered, actual good character person when it comes to how Marco and his nervousness and advances have gone through. As for Marco finally sucking up the courage to finally tell her how he feels, and at least try to ask her on a date. Because he already said how he felt in the episode where we find out that Star has a crush on Marco, which to me was already obvious. Just was corrupted by the fan base that thought they weren't going to be something. But in the end, with Marco doing his thing and just sitting there and saying every single thing about his insecurities, uh, great. And it also makes it funny how Tom puts the curse of the naysayer on him so he wouldn't ask out Star back when they weren't pals right now. And Marco, even though after all the things that Marco has said to Star, I guess this is also supposed to prove something. After all the stuff that Marco has said to Star involving, like, being together and being friends, and even with that moment with the card about to kill them and stuff, it wasn't about him trying to have Star and him go into a more deepened relationship besides just being friends. This is actually proof that what he says is so genuine on being friends and having this strong connection of friendship that even the naysayer couldn't even like corrupt his voice in the matter. I love that. That is generally incredible, and I'm pretty sure other people have thought about that because that just like check the box. Marco is a genuine good dude at heart who only has eyes for one person in his life. And when it comes to Star has a person in her life. She just doesn't understand the full quantities of what is puppy love or whatever love, that type of like putting a person on so high of a pedestal that you only admire what they look like and not much of what they've done for you, and a person who does all this other stuff for you, but you only share that mutual friendship relationship, and your heart just doesn't truly go with your mind or something like that. I'm not good with love enough to really explain this to it in a matter of which I can understand, but I know that this episode is supposed to be the gateway to Marco and Jackie becoming a good couple. However, how will this affect Star is up in the air for me right now. Star was so happy for Marco after seeing him finally do the thing that he's been trying to do since almost like the beginning of the series, and but until she understands what the relationships it consists of between those two, I will then see what happens. Because there's a high possibility that she won't even care, and there's also a possibility of her actually caring to the point where something bad happens. So I don't know. I'm up in the air. I have one episode left. Well, 2 episodes left. You do A and B, but you know what I mean. In the next episode being tomorrow, you will see what happens. Unless it's going to be 2 random episodes and I have to wait until the next episode comes out. So either way, I'm going to be getting some answers or maybe no answers. And yeah, I liked how both these episodes handled. I love the character progression, the character motivations, character interactions, everything. This has to be my favorite episode, and it's going to be pretty hard for something to top that in forms of characters growing on me as being more than just characters. So like right now, great. Again, Jackie just sitting there and just listening, and even paying attention to the point where she knows when he's addressing her. It's like that's good. That's amazing. Jackie, you've gone up. You've gone up in the ranks for me. So yeah, great episode of Star Force of Evil, and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can finish this off finally. So this is Do You Want to Be Universe? I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Man, I talked a lot today.